Hey chemistry kids, welcome back. Here we go. We're talking about molarity, calculating molarity, percent concentration, and parts per million. So the first thing you need to realize is what is concentration? It's basically the solvent versus the solution. Okay, in some way, shape, or form. So it's going to be either volume, it's going to be grams. So it's basically measurement how much stuff you put in something. All right, and there's a couple different ways to look at it. So molarity is going to be moles over liters. All right, so moles over liters of the solution. And usually those give you that right up. All right, and you got to think if they don't give you moles, say if they give you grams, you can actually use grams to convert to moles from the calculations we did before, and that should help you out. So let's do a little practice problem, a little easier one hopefully. So what is the molarity of a solution if you have 2 moles in 4 liters? Well, moles over liters. So 2 moles over 4 liters. Well, 2 divided by 4 is 0.5, and molarity is capital M. So it's a 0.5 molarity solution. All right, easy stuff so far. All right, then we have percent concentration. Percent concentration kind of goes like this. It goes the mass of the solute, so grams of the solute over grams of, let's see, I believe it's solution, over grams of solution, and yeah, I'm right. And because you're doing percent, it's times 100. So this would be percent by mass. If we went percent by volume, it would be liters of solute over liters of solution. And obviously you multiply that by 100 too. So here we go, let's figure it out. So let's check out a sample problem using these two formulas. A 25-gram sample of aqueous sodium chloride solution is evaporated and found to have 2 grams of sodium chloride. What is the percent by mass? Well, here's my solute, so it's 2, over my solution, 25, times 100, and that's going to be my answer. So, if you punch it in our calculator, can you even see that? Maybe. Kind of can see it, kind of not. Let's get a different calculator. Bodie, I'm talking. So here's my calculator. Then it goes 2 divided by 25.08. All right, then times that by 100 times 100, and you get 8%. So I have an 8% concentration. All right. Then if we did the other way, where we had liters, so let's say we had 50 milliliters of a solution, sample of aqueous solution, to yield 33.2 milliliters of ethanol. So the solvent is a lesser amount, so the 33.2 goes on top, divided by the 50 milliliters, and obviously you got times by 100. So let's do that calculation. We go, what is it, 33.2 divided by 50 times 100, and you get 66.4%, a fairly concentrated amount in solution. All right, so those are pretty simple calculations. So all we gotta do is know the formulas, and we have to identify our solute versus our solvent, and they're usually pretty straightforward calculations. And then parts per million is very similar to percent concentration, but instead of multiplying it by 100, you're gonna multiply it by 1,000,000. All right, so parts per million is going to be usually the mass of your solute divided by the mass of solution, so grams of solution, but this time you multiply by 1,000,000. All right, that's why it's called parts per million. So then we look at this little example, says what's the concentration in parts per million, and then we have 5 grams is our lower amount, so it's going to be our solute, and it's in 250 grams of water. But notice that just says it's in grams of water. It doesn't say it's in solution. All right. So really, what you got to think of is the total solution is the solute plus the solvent. So it's actually 255 grams. So you got to add this plus this to make your solution. All right, because your solute plus your solvent, if it doesn't say it's a solution, you got to add them together. So pick up our calculator. 5 divided by, what was it? 250. Enter. Times 1 million. And you get 20,000 parts per million. All right, in that particular calculation. All right, so there's a quick run through of the three main calculations we're going to use. The one we're going to use the most is molarity, and then we'll use parts per million, percent concentration here and there. But the one we're going to use most is molarity. So if there's going to be one that you definitely need to know, make sure you know the molarity, which is moles over liters. Hope this video helped. We'll talk to you in a little bit.